So, why is this so great that I was talking about before? This is so great, it's broken, you can use it to pretty much do everything you want. That's because, as we did in the battle square, or the battle arena, how you wanna call it, you have the ability to stop all the slots wherever you want. So you can get 3 phases pretty easily. But it's not that easy to make think, because it's not like you can use the same trick that we used in the battle arena. Well, kind of. But these slots are different from the battle arena. In the battle arena, whenever you press circle, it stops there. In here, it doesn't work like this. The first slot does, but the second and the third do not. So here how they work. Depending how you stop the first one, the first two are gonna behave in different ways. Basically, there's a flag in the game which is being called the black flag or the evil flag, which determines how the second and the third slot work. So the first slot, in this case, the first slot stops right when you hit circle. The second one, however, if this flag is active, it will stop when you press circle. But if it is not, then it will try to advance forward up to 4 symbols to match the first symbol that you've stopped. So it kind of tries to help you. But then the third slot is the opposite. When you press circle, if the flag is active, it will stop right there. But if it's not, and you stopped on the symbol that would make the 3 symbols that would match and make the effect. For example, suppose there are 2 crowns, and I stop on the third slot. I stop it on the crown. If the flag is not active, the game will just roll over to the next symbol. So it's not possible for you to get 3 crowns in that case. The chance of this flag being set or not set depends on the first symbol that you block. For the crown and the star, it's always off, and means that the other 2 slots are going to behave like the first one. For bar, which is the summon, it has a 50% chance of being off. Same for the Caith Sith, which makes our character grow and take the other 2 character statistics. For the heart, however, which grants critical hits, it only has a 25% chance of being off. But for the face, which is the hardest, which it only has a 1.5% chance of being off. So we have a almost 99% chance that you will not be able to stop the third phase if you stop the first 2. However, that can be exploitable. So let's see. It's kind of hard to do. But the way you stop 3 phases is the same as you do in the battle square. When you hold square, I'm gonna repeat this, the slots sound like they're going, but they're not, they're stopped. Because if you tap it, you can see that they're slowly moving now. Because they're not moving when I press the button. So now what you gotta do is to study the slot and find where after what symbol the phase appears, so you can stop it with this trick. Suppose the first slot is, let's say, it's crown, bar, Caith Sith. Okay, it's crown, bar, Caith Sith, and then there's the face. So it's looking for a crown, bar, heart. No, it's crown, bar, Caith Sith. Now the Caith is about to roll down, so I'm holding the button. As I release, I immediately tap circle, so that it will stop on the face. Let's see if I can do this. There it is. That's the first phase. Now for the second one, I believe it's after a crown. So bar, crown, now. It's after bar, crown. The slots are always the same, so you can learn it. Now the third one is more difficult, but the technique is almost the same. So what can you do here? If you're bound to lose since the beginning, how can you stop and still get the game over? Well, it's simple. Basically, somebody called Garland the Great on YouTube found this out and made a video about it. You can still confirm the last phase as you did before, but instead of just pushing circle once, you're just gonna mash it. This is going to confirm the third phase before the game has time to actually take it and roll it down one slot. So you're going to cancel out of the limit and confirm the 3 phases before the game can roll down, and that will make the game think, okay, you got 3 phases because that's what you confirmed, then gives you the game over limit. So it's always after the second model that passes by, so one already passes. So that should be okay. Let's see if I can do this. There it is. Game over. So that's it. With Caith Sith now, with the level 2 limit break, if you can master this technique, and it doesn't take long, trust me, around half an hour, and you have mastered it, you can destroy pretty much everything on your path, except that super boss that we'll find on disc 3, which I'm gonna talk about a lot. I'm gonna make a whole episode about him. I didn't want to save. So that's why Caith Sith is so powerful. Because that limit pretty much destroys everything. If you're stuck on a boss or something, just use that limit, get rid of the boss, and move on. As for now, we're just going to take all materia from him and give them to Alessia. And next time on Final Fantasy VII, we'll explore that town right in front of us. See you guys then. Let's suppose I want to set up Timothy for this. What we want to do is we want to set Timothy's HP to 7,777. If any character has 7,777 HP, a special thing pops up in which that character goes crazy and deals 74 hits of 7,777. It's called Lucky 7, and it's supposed to be pretty rare because it's rare that characters has exactly that value of HP, but you can manipulate the game to do this. There's a big table with the materials that you need to equip depending on how many HP do you have, just to fall exactly into that value, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna use the usual method. Give someone a cover 100% materia, then give them some, let's arrange this, let's give them HP plus, so that the HP need to be, the maximum HP need to be higher than 7,777, and the actual HP need to be lower than that. Once you got that, the other materials that you want to keep, or remove everything, maybe put some enemy skills, just for good measure. Okay, but we don't really need that. What you need is a character that has... we're gonna use Master Magic if we have it here in this file, but we don't have it in this file, so we're gonna use... By the way, this is not the file of the Let's Play, this is a different that I use to show off Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon. Someone with transform materia, doesn't matter who. And that's it, I think. We have the cover 100%, so we're good to go. So what we gotta do, you have to go to a place where there are not strong enemies. Like near Junon is perfect. The enemies are not that strong. And you wanna enter the battle. Any battle, doesn't matter what battle. Come on. Okay. So let's see what battle we have here. I don't know if we can do this with this guy, but we'll try anyways. So wait for the character with the setup to get this, with the setup with Mini and Toad to get this turn, and use Mini and even Toad on the enemy in front of you, and he has to hit. I don't know if you can hit here. Probably cannot. Let me find another enemy. Okay, now I know for sure that it works with these guys. I'm gonna take out that guy first. Then I'm gonna start using Mini and Toad. One of these two guys. I'm gonna eliminate the other, of course. So now that guy is in Mini. So all he's gonna do, and he only uses Toad, so we prevent spells or abilities like this, which is not what we want. Hopefully that'll work. Okay, now all the enemy will do is attacking for 1 damage. I'm gonna speed up the process by casting Big Guard on it, which will grant him haste. Otherwise it will take forever. So now he's hasted, so now we just have to wait. Every time he hits us, it's gonna hit for 1, and it's always gonna hit Timothy. You may guess what I'm doing here. He's gonna get hit for 1 damage every time, well, unless it misses. But what we're looking for is we want to set Timothy's last 2 digits of this HP to 77. It's gonna take a while, so I'm gonna speed up the process a little bit. Okay, we're very close to the value. On an additional note, now that I think about it, if you have Yuffie with the Conformer, remember you can attack your own party members and inflict just 1 damage, free of charge. You can do that if the enemy just keeps missing. You can use the Conformer to help you out. Or, let's see, if the enemy attacks and deals 1 damage, I can attack Timothy. Then I can... Okay, he is on 77. Kill it. And that's how you put your last 2 digits of your HP to 77. Now all you gotta do is very simple. You open up the menu, you go under items, and you do I potion and potion to get your HP exactly to the value of 7777. Remember that an eye potion heals 500, while a potion heals 100 only. So we can use potions, for example. Okay. Alright. You can even stop here and use a potion in battle to trigger this in battle. Well, we're gonna do this outside of battle. So now you set him. So the next battle, he's gonna do 73 hits of 7777, and after the battle ends, his HP will drop to 1 in order to prevent you to abuse that. But you can just switch him out of the party if you want to set another party member to that value and switch him out, and you can set him now to 7777, and he's gonna stay with that value unless you heal him. He's gonna stay with the value there, ready to go. So I'm gonna show you what it happens if you enter a battle like that. Well, we can enter Emerald battle actually, so you're gonna see it a little bit, because because if you enter a battle there, the battle will instantly end because the enemies are weak. But we can enter Emerald fight just to show you what happens. The strategy that I'm going to show you in a second requires all 3 characters to have 7777 HP set prior to doing anything else. So that's the technique, and this is what happens when you enter a battle with that. When you are in a battle and you happen to have 7777 HP. It'll just keep going like that. It's never gonna end here. I mean, it's gonna end after 64 hits. The funny thing is, it's not just that. After this 7777, every damage that the character does after that still does 7,777. Even if you heal the character, even if you damage the character, and with poison, because that's the funny thing. If the character is poisoned, the first time the poison kicks in, it's gonna do 7,777 because for the game, poison is the character dealing damage to itself. So that's all lucky 7. So the Steam version has this pretty neat Easter egg in which you can save in a place called the Secret Cow level, but it doesn't really do anything. It's just a little Easter egg. And where is the Secret Cow level? Well, it's not that hard to find actually. It's only on the Steam version, but it's found. Sorry about that. Let's go down to the Secret Cow level. The Secret Cow level is the Northern Cave right at this point. Now what you need to do to trigger it is, you know when the team first splits for the first time above here? You split the team wherever you want and you go to the left. Then when you split up again, I think it doesn't really matter where you split, but when the party splits here, as soon as the party stops talking and you're free to move, do not move, open the menu, drop the save crystal and try to save. Of course now it's gonna save inside Northern Cave, but the very first time you drop the first crystal at this point and you open the menu, it will say Secret Cow level. So what we're gonna talk about here is the a cameo, or it's not actually a cameo, it's like more like an Easter egg that happens in Final Fantasy VII. And here you can see there's a short window of time where you can see it, and it talks about Xenogears, which is another game by Squared which was developed around the same time as Final Fantasy VII. Now, the way you can see this is when you have Cid as your party leader, and that happens when Cloud is incapacitated mid-deal. And when you gain control of Cid and you can control him around the map, you have to go to mid-deal. Immediately after you get control of him, you get to mid-deal to the hospital, and then you can talk to Cloud. And this happens. What number am I? And that does nothing, but you can talk to him again. And that yet does nothing. The third time I think it works. Yeah, there it is. A billion mirror fragments, small light, taking angels singing voices, Xenogears. And that's it. That's all you get. That's a little Easter egg the developers put in to promote the more interesting Xenogears. Of course, I doubt that this game is not good, but I wouldn't compare it to Xenogears in my opinion. But anyway, that was it. Oh, that's all you get from here.